Hey, what's up going on? This is Mikey. And in this video, I will share with you why you have been stuck in this negativity cycle of negative thoughts, negative emotions. It doesn't matter if you've been doing it in a big scale where you're feeling negative all the time, thinking negative all the time, or you have negative thoughts coming up from time to time. How to, stop that cycle, which is creating your circumstances right now, which is creating that negative reality right now. How to change it so you're able to choose what you want to think, choose what you want to feel, and therefore create the life, create the circumstances that you desire. And it's not that complicated. It's a simple process, and if you stay until the end, you will know exactly what to do to change that, to break that negative cycle and reprogram yourself in a positive way. So stay tuned. Now, first of all, let's understand that at this current time of evolution, we as human beings, you, me, your parents, your family, your friends, everybody, we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Not 6,000, not 7,000, not 1,000 thoughts. 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Just try to wrap your mind around that. Even I can't do it. That's unreal. But this is what the science says. And listen to this. 90% of those thoughts are the same as the day before. 90% of those thoughts are the same as the day before. Does that sound familiar? The same negative thoughts, the same negative emotions coming up every single day. You're thinking negatively every single day. Same thoughts coming up every day. Does it sound familiar? Well, that's the reason. Because that 90% is your subconscious mind. Those 90% of the thoughts that you keep thinking over and over and over again, they come from the subconscious mind. Okay? You have the conscious mind, which is 5% of your life, which is creating 5% of your life. And you have the subconscious, which is creating 95% of your life. And that's where the 90% of the negative thoughts come from. What is the subconscious mind? Subconscious mind is basically a computer. It's a computer where you have programs. And those programs are running on autopilot. What are those programs called? Those programs are called thoughts, thought patterns, beliefs. What do you believe about money? What do you believe about relationships? What do you believe about abundance? What do you believe about the world? What do you believe about yourself, your self-image, your identity? These are the programs that you have in your subconscious, which is literally creating that external reflection. That subconscious mind is a direct reflection. Your external world is a direct reflection of your subconscious mind. You might even understand the concept that your inner world is a reflection of your outer world, but are you actually living it? Are you actually living it? Do you know actually how to reprogram that subconscious mind and not be stuck in taking that external action, finding this another opportunity to make money, chasing that another opportunity to make money, chasing that next diet, right? Chasing that next, technique to pick up girls, or whatever you do, right? It's not about the external how-to. The external how-to is a secondary. Once you reprogram this subconscious mind, once you elevate your vibration, when you start feeling differently, you elevate your consciousness level, then the right things will start coming to you. Then you will be the right person to live that life. So that's how it works. And in this video, if you keep watching, I will share with you how to do that, how to reprogram that subconscious mind, how to stop that negativity cycle that's keeping you in this current reality. Okay? And now I want to share with you why people are struggling with staying in that same cycle of negativity, in that same cycle of thinking and feeling. The main reason is because they're living life unconsciously. What do I mean by that? They're living life unconsciously. So let me bring you an example. When a person lives unconsciously, then they are completely controlled by their thoughts, by their external reality. Which means when a thought comes up in their mind, when that voice comes up, right? Then they identify with it, they engage with it. So for example, a person is going on in his day-to-day life and a thought comes up, hey, you don't have any money to pay the bills. That's a thought. Now an unconscious person engages with that thought. He starts thinking about it. He starts imagining, okay, damn, I don't have any money. He starts imagining that he doesn't have any money. He starts imagining the situation where he's not able to pay the bills. Maybe he starts imagining where he has to, leave his home, right? Maybe he starts imagining where he doesn't have any money for food, those negative situations. And he gets into this emotional state which starts creating that negative reality that he doesn't want to experience. But since he's living unconsciously, he's gonna get engaged with whatever negative thought that comes up. Anything that comes up. Even in the external world, a situation happens. Right? Somebody says something negative to him or her. They react in a negative way because they're unconscious. Right? So if you're living unconsciously, then your mind controls you. If you're living unconsciously, your mind controls you. Whatever thought comes, you do. Your thoughts control your actions. And if you're identified with every thought that comes, you have no free will if you're living unconsciously. Okay, so that's the main reason why people struggle. So now let's go to how can we change it? How can we stop that cycle? How can we actually change ourselves and change our life? How can you break the cycle? You break the cycle, that negative cycle, by reprogramming that subconscious mind. By reprogramming that subconscious mind of yours, which is creating 95% of your life. And how do you do it? You do it by becoming conscious of your unconscious thinking. By becoming conscious of your unconscious programs. Okay? You must become conscious. Okay? So, how do you do it? Like on a daily basis? What's the practical thing I can do? So it's an exercise called daily awareness. So as you're going about your day, in the beginning of your day, set an intention that I will be aware of my thoughts today. I will start being aware of what I'm thinking on a daily basis. Right? How I'm thinking on a daily basis. Okay? And okay, you make a decision, you start becoming more aware, and you will start to notice that thoughts start coming up on their own, just randomly. You didn't choose those thoughts necessarily. Those thoughts just come up automatically, on autopilot from the subconscious. And the moment you're aware of a thought, right, a negative thought comes up. For example, I hate Susie. I hope she dies, right? Maybe that's a negative thought you have. And you decide to be aware, and you're aware like, whoa, what the hell have I been thinking about? Why why do I think so negative thoughts? The moment you become aware of that thought is the moment that thought starts to lose its power over you. It starts to weaken the connection in that brain, right? It starts to weaken the link. And the more you become aware, the more that thought starts losing its power over you. Whatever you are conscious about cannot control you. The things that you're unconscious about are the only things that control you. At this moment, some negative thoughts that are being programmed into your subconscious are controlling you because you're not conscious about those thoughts. But once you become conscious, it's game over. It's game over. But I want you to understand one thing. That it's a process of trial and error. You're gonna start doing this awareness thing. And you're gonna start noticing that you will still engage with thoughts. You will still go to places. So to say, going to places. The thought comes, you're just going, this path of thoughts. You're gonna start imagining going places. It's okay. That's how it works. You're building a muscle, right? You're building a muscle. You're training a muscle. And this is a muscle worth building called awareness. Awareness is the foundation of creating the reality you want. Okay? So now, once you become aware of a negative thought, you can become aware that, okay, this is not something I want to think, right? You become aware and you're like, okay, this thought is not serving me anymore. I choose to let that thought go. And then you have a choice. This is your free will. You have a choice to choose what you want to think at that moment. You can choose how you want to look at this situation. Maybe it's a negative situation. You lost money or you don't have money. It's a negative situation. But now you become conscious, not going with the negative thoughts that saying you don't have any money, right? You're a loser, you're a failure. These thoughts, right? Those thoughts will come anyways. But once you're conscious, take a step back and choose what I want to think. I choose what I want to perceive in this situation. I choose how I want to feel about this. And that's where you start creating that reality. And that's where you start reprogramming yourself for success. That's where you are able to start reprogramming yourself, for the things that you really desire. Okay, but understand this, that you cannot build a new house. You cannot build a new house on an old house, on an old you. Meaning you have the current old you down here, right? In order to build a new house, you have to, let go of the old house, the old you. You have to break the habit of being yourself, as Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about. Break the habit of being your old self, and then you can build a new house, right? As I talked about, choose those new thoughts you want to think about. Choose that new perspective, right? Then you can choose and build that new house. But the mistake that most people make is that they try to force positive thoughts. That's building a new house on an old house. You cannot do it, right? Roof is like this. You try to build it, it's gonna tilt over whatever it's gonna do. You cannot build a new you on the old you. There's only a certain amount of programs you can put into subconscious. You gotta let go of the old ones by becoming aware of them. And then you can build those new programs that will serve your success. And me personally, when I got started in this creating your reality thing, right? I started, understanding the law of attraction, that I create my reality, right? Then I learned about affirmations. I got really excited about affirmations. And during that time, I wanted to start my own business, and I started doing affirmations, right? I started forcing affirmation. I think the affirmation was, I am so grateful now that I am earning 10,000 euros a month with my online education business. That was my affirmation, and I was just forcing it. I was just right? My conscious mind, my 5% of the conscious mind, trying to influence that 95%, which are these concrete programs, right? Rooted in the ground. And I tried to, I don't know how to bring a good example, but the tip of the iceberg, my conscious mind, the below is the subconscious mind. So I tried to force. And when you try to force, it creates even more friction. Right? It's like a salesman trying to sell you something you don't want. So I was trying to sell with my conscious mind to my subconscious mind that I am rich, that I'm earning this kind of money. But the subconscious mind was like, no, you're not. So this created this negative emotion in me, and it, I actually strengthened the belief that I don't earn that money, that I'm not worthy of that money. So maybe you have been trying to do affirmations, maybe you're doing affirmations. Understand that affirmations don't work. They're just a little tiny technique that people try to do. There's a place for affirmations, absolutely, but not when you're in those negative cycles, stuck in those negative cycles. It's gonna make those cycles even stronger if you try to force positivity. It's just positive thoughts, when you're just randomly trying to be positive during your day. And again, it's trying to build a new house on an old house. You've got to become aware of the old programs, the old thoughts. Then they start losing their power. And once you keep doing it, they completely go away. And then you can build a new house, new you, new future, new reality. Okay, before I go to the end of this video, I want to quickly announce that I have opened up enrollment to my coaching program. If you are interested in actually creating the reality that you desire, if you actually want to get results, stop searching for that external technique, that external how-to, that next amazing diet that's gonna get you fit in 30 days, that next amazing business opportunity. The truth is, it doesn't matter what the external thing is if you haven't made that internal shift. And my coaching program is going to help you make that internal shift, which is going to make that external shift in your reality. So if you're interested, comment down below, coach me, Maiki, and only do that if you're serious about working with me. Okay? Once you comment down below, coach me, Maiki, I will make sure I contact you, and then we'll see if we are a good fit to work together. I truly want to help people. If you're serious about getting results, comment down below right now. Right now, man. Right now. Because I'm excited. You can see the excitement, right? I want to help you. The question is, do you want to be helped? Because this program is a map. Do this, and you will get the results that you want. As simple as that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you subscribe. If you liked it, like it. And most importantly, if you have a friend that might find this valuable, make sure you share it with him, maybe tag him below in the comments. And that's it. Okay, we will see you in the next video. Let's go.